Good evening. I didn't know I was going to have to follow Dr. Martin Luther King tonight. Let's start with some gratitude. I'm grateful to be here. I moved to this town, to St. Louis, 12 years ago, and there was an ice storm in November, and the high school band was getting ready to perform at that year, in the 2008 MMEA, and the ice storm prevented their clinician from coming from Texas. I believe it was Dennis Fisher, wasn't it? Was it Dennis?
It was Matt nailed it.
Oh, okay. Well, Tony started calling around, and by word of mouth, he was told that there's this new guy in town out at Merrimack that likes to play this crazy music, and he's crazy enough to take this on. That was the first time anybody in Missouri asked me to do a band clinic in this state, and it's been a wonderful relationship ever since, and I'm grateful. But it's a miracle. What you're seeing right here on stage tonight is a miracle. Maybe you don't know this about the Melville Band Program and how different it is from other band programs. It's like I said, a miracle. They, like this program tonight, including Dr. Martin Luther King, and talking about the experiences that they had on a band trip that you and they worked hard for and raised money for. And it wasn't just to go and get a trophy and come home. It was to have lifelong learning experiences. That's the key right there that you see in this program from the start to the end, that these students are getting an education, not just about music, but how music relates to life. And it's a wonderful thing. The first thing that you notice when you walk into the Washington Middle School band room is it's too small. It's too small. There's too many kids in there. They're packed in there like sardines. And they keep having to leave and go to all their other activities, because this is not a fine arts school. This is a school just like every other public school. But not every other public school gets to play at MMEA. In fact, very few do. Out of the hundreds of schools in this state, they're one of just a few middle school bands that get to play. And it's a huge honor for those of you that don't know anything about MMEA. How many of you are going? All right. To let you know what's going to happen, they're going to set up on stage in this ballroom at Tentera. It's a long ballroom with chandeliers, and there's going to be probably between 700 and 800 people there. They're all music teachers, all of them, there to hear these students. And it's a tough crowd. We played there before, my groups have played there before, and you got to have your ducks in a row to play there. And it's not like, they're just a middle school band. Jennifer's never thought that way. Never. The second thing you notice when you walk in that room is how much she loves those kids. How hard she is working, how organized she is, and the love that she has for every individual student. That's the next thing you notice, how different all these kids are. All different kinds of backgrounds, all kinds of different aspects of their lives, and the physical, everything. Everything is different. They're a very diverse group of kids. That doesn't stop her. The room doesn't stop her. The being packed in there, all the different kids, the chaos of middle school doesn't stop her. Because successful teachers don't live in the realm of problems. They live in the realm of solutions. They do some of the most creative programming that I've ever seen in any public school ever here in Melville. They play all kinds of different music. They bring in composers, they commission pieces. It's a wonderful thing what they have going on. They have a great staff as well. It is a miracle, but it's not an accident. standing on that podium as I have for the last over 10 years, the last thing I'll leave you with is how much these kids just love what they do. They're inspired by their teacher, and they play. They want to play. And they are the most responsive, respectful students I've ever worked with here in Melville. So, without further ado, please welcome the Washington Middle School Concert Band under the direction of Jennifer Garrison Brown.